it's Liz. I'm doing something a bit different today, and there are a few reasons why I'm doing this. Firstly, it's because I just watched a particular movie that I've been waiting for months, if not years. And secondly, it's because every now and again I'll watch a movie and it has something to do with a fairy tale or some kind of fantasy element, and I want to talk to you guys about it. And I think this is a good forum to kind of do that. So, any of you who have been listening to my videos, especially my weekly rambles, for some time, you'll know that I was eagerly awaiting the release of Maleficent. I saw that it came out in the theaters here months ago, but I don't have kind of an English theater by me. So all the movies that come out are dubbed in Spanish. And I really wanted to be able to just enjoy it as it was made in the language it was originally made in, because that's how I like to watch movies. Even foreign films, I'll watch it in the original language with subtitles. That's just my thing. I like to do it that way. So I had to wait for it to come out on DVD, or basically as a rental for from my cable company. And I waited, and I waited, and then they kept advertising it, and then finally, about 3 weeks ago, it popped up as a coming soon movie on the cable box, and I went crazy. So I set aside everything tonight. I made sure that everything was all ready. I had my special popcorn that I make, that I buy rather. It's this really good, like, sweet popcorn. It has almost like a kind of like the candy coating they put on candy apples, but it's on popcorn. It's a little thinner and is to die for. I'll have to show you guys in one of my other videos, but got everything lined up. I had an early dinner so that we could get the movie started, and to say that I was looking forward to it would be a big understatement, because as you all know, I love anything to do with fairy tales and anything really of an enchanted nature. So, and especially this particular story. So, let me just preface this by saying beforehand, I am not the biggest Angelina Jolie fan. I don't care for her too much. I know that she might be a great human being and she might do a lot of humanitarian stuff, and that's fantastic, but as an actress, I just don't care for her too much. So I was a little iffy going into the movie because I'm just not her biggest fan. I'm not going to start an Angelina Jolie fan club anytime soon, let's put it that way. So, I made my husband watch it with me because, well, that's the way it goes when you're married to me. You have to watch all the fairy tale movies. And I have to say that I was a little bit disappointed. And then, I mean, in some respects, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. So I'll go over in detail in this review what I liked about it and what I didn't really like. And I'll probably do a few different movie reviews in the future as I watch different movies here, just to kind of share my opinion, because I love talking about movies and I love to get you guys' kind of feedback on them and your opinions on what you thought of them. So what I loved about Maleficent was that they totally revamped the story. It wasn't the same old story you hear, and I love retelling of stories. I love it. So I like the fact that they didn't make her a villain and they didn't make her kind of the heroine of the story. I love the fact that just kind of like in real life, she walked the line between the two. Maybe in different extremes, of course, than real life, but I love the fact that they made her more of a kind of a relatable character. There were times in the movie where you really felt for her, and they almost made actually King Stefan more of a villain than she was, just because he perpetually did horrible things to people he supposedly loved. So I loved the fact that they really told her side of the story as well, rather than just focusing on Aurora or Sleeping Beauty. Because usually every other version of it I've seen, they only pretty much focus on Aurora. And I liked that they focused more on Maleficent and her history, and kind of told her side of the tale rather than just focusing on all of the good aspects of everyone else's story. So, if that makes sense. I know I'm rambling, but that's what I do. So, I really, really enjoyed those parts of it. I loved the three good fairies. I thought it was kind of cool how they CGI'd the face of the actual actors onto the little fairy bodies. I thought that was really cool, and I really enjoyed the fact that they made her kind of her bird companion. I cannot forget his name. It's like Darrell or something like that. I can't remember his name. Gosh, it's late. I'm sorry, guys. I love the fact that they made him also kind of human. That was a cool touch. What I didn't like about the movie was it felt very rushed. It felt like they were kind of just really trying to cram a lot into a very little space of time, very short span of time. The movie, I think, was only about 90 minutes long, if even that. I think it was about 85 minutes. Not including the end titles, of course. But I really felt like there were some points where they really didn't delve into that aspect of the story. I thought they could have even gone more into detail about her past, about before her wings were taken, and kind of after the fact, and how that happened. And I really felt like they could have explored more aspects of the story than they did. And kind of the whole Prince Philip aspect of it, they really didn't talk about that. They kind of just brushed over that. That was kind of an afterthought. And also, something that was very disappointing was that they really they didn't stick to kind of the story when it came to how long she slept. I know there was a whole other aspect of the story, but she was only asleep in this one for what? Maybe 10 minutes of the movie. And it was probably like what? Maybe half a day in real life or in movie time. So it was kind of weird the way they just rushed through everything. And it was funny because at one point in the movie, it was, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes left. I asked my husband, I said, can you pause it just so I can see how much time is left? Because it feels like we're nearing the end of the story that I know, but we haven't been watching the movie for that long. And sure enough, he paused it and it was only like 15, 20 minutes left. I said, wow, that's really short. Like, it just felt really condensed, I guess. It was like the abridged version of the Sleeping Beauty that I know. Another minor, I guess, thing that I had an issue with was I didn't. Oh, this is gonna. I don't want to upset anybody. I didn't think the acting was all that great. Really on anybody's part. Well, except for the three fairies. I thought the actresses were really good in that part, but I really felt like some of the acting was forced by some of the people, and it just didn't seem really genuine. And maybe I'm just too critical because this was kind of one of my favorite stories, but I kind of felt it was a little bit lacking, and I I couldn't really get like emotionally invested in the story itself, except for in the case of Maleficent, just because the storyline was just horribly sad for her. But um, I think it would have been a little more believable if they would have just had a little, I don't know if it was the script or if it was the acting itself or just maybe the actors. I didn't maybe care for some of the actors and actresses. I don't know what the case was, but I felt that was a little off. And but other than that, I mean, I thought it was really good the way they did tell you a different side of the story, and they did kind of um, not go with the same old, because I know I've seen the Sleeping Beauty story a million and one times told, you know, different versions, different directors, animated, live action, that kind of thing. And this one was way different than any of the other ones that I've seen. And it was great. It was refreshing. So that's pretty much my review for Maleficent. And I don't know. I think I'd give it I'll give it 4 blooms out of 5. So it's 4 blooms out of 5. Maybe 3.5. Between 3.5 and 4. Maybe like a 3.75 blooms, if that's possible, like cutting one of the blooms down a little bit. I don't know. I'm taking off a few petals. So that's my review for Maleficent, and I hope you all enjoyed it. If there are any other movies that you think I should watch and you think I should maybe review, let me know, and I will definitely do so. But until next time, I hope you all take care and have a great day.